Hello everyone, my name is Charlie and today we're going to do something a little different. I know that I am a huge bullet journaler, at least not a huge channel, just I do a lot of bullet journaling, but I also like to make junk journals. So I thought I would integrate some more junk journaling into my YouTube channel, and I know I'm a little bit of a mess here because I also do writing and stuff, but it's okay. If I enjoy it, that's fine, right? So I have this altered book here and I want to make a cover for it. And normally when you make covers for journals, you make the cover first and then you actually fill out the pages. But as you can see here, I've already finished the journal, so there will be a flip through coming soon. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm so happy for this journal because it looks so good, in my opinion. And then I decided that I would actually make a cover for it, and I thought I would bring y'all along. So here I have just a plastic paper shopping bag that I thought would be cool to cut out and measure. I have this in here because I want to show that this is an option for you to use, and this was my number one option. However, me and my sucky ability at measured this wrong. Or sorry, I measured this correctly, and I measured it like equally and to the precise degree, but I decided as I was fitting the pages onto the cover that it wasn't what I wanted. I probably should have made the paper a little bigger. Also, this is the handle for the shopping bag, and I thought that I should keep it because it kind of looks like a branch, and I don't know if that's holding or not. We'll see. It's in my craft supply bag, and I figured, you know what, if I don't use it in like a month, then I can just get rid of it. So yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. Like, it fits. The page works perfectly, but you can't wrap around the book. So instead, what I did is I grabbed a paper bag, which is one of those, paper bags that you get at a pastry shop, which has a very, very thin piece of paper. It's just very thin. I think it's like, 20 GSM compared to 40 GSM. So yeah, then I was using my finger tool, which is just my finger, to glue down this page. And yeah, I think it worked. Strategically, you want to use a glue that doesn't show through, but I have two glues. One is this white glue that I got from like the dollar store, and the second glue that I have is a fabric glue. And because this isn't fabric, I basically couldn't use it. Anyways, so here I am gluing on the spine. It worked. I have to say, it looks a lot better like this. I do like it. And you can see that my measurements were not great because the bottom is open, and that's just because the bag was too small. So what I did is I just cut up the bottom of the bag and I kind of pasted it around, and I think it worked out. So there we go. Plus you won't be able to see it. Like, you can't even see it by the time I'm done this video. And here I just grabbed some fabric. I love this pink fabric. I have no idea where I got it from. I think I got it from a thrift store, and I use it to make scrunchies. And so I decided that I just cut it up. And because I can't measure, you know what, I should really get fabric scissors, but it's okay. I just like folded on in the corners, and I know I could technically iron the corners, but the iron is far away and it's out of reach, so it was too far for me, So instead I just did that, and then I glued all the sides down and used the props that I have on my table to make the fabric shorter and stick it down properly. Great use of materials, am I right? And then I just lined up my fabric so that it matched to where I wanted it, so that I could glue it down. And this turned out so great. Like, I am, for doing this in the wrong order, I like it. I like it. But yeah, note to self, forever, if you ever want to make an altered book or just an altered cover or change the cover of something in general, always do it before you actually finish the journal, because it's just easier to tuck things in and measure properly. But yeah, for this, it just never occurred to me to do this properly. Anyways, so here you can see that I am squeezing out this fabric glue to put down onto my paper. And yeah, I think it turned out really well. Now we are moving on to our cover. You can barely see that one line where I glued a different piece of paper onto the cover. But yeah, so this is how it turned out. I do have this random piece of fabric. I don't really know what it is. I think I ended up trying to cut it. I tried to like glue it back down and it just kept on popping up. That was a struggle. In the end, I decided to tape it because tape is a miracle worker. So yeah, there we have it. My DIY how-to is what's the answer to everything? Duct tape? Yeah. Just duct tape everything. It will turn out great. So yeah, after another little spout of duct tape or Scotch tape, I think it turned out great. I do. I really do. It could have been better, but it could have been better if I had done this in a different way, which I did not essentially do. So, I mean, I just walked into my own trap there. So yeah, here is the cover. Looks all nice. It's still coming up, but that's because I like just glued it down, so we just have to like make it stick, like flatten it. As you can see, the book doesn't really flatten because it's so chunky, which is part of the reason why I love it, but that's fine. So the next thing to do on our to-do list is just to figure out what I want for the cover. And I did zoom out for this. I probably should have zoomed out way earlier, but it never occurred to me that I was even on Zoom until I looked up. And I think it's fine. For the cover, I have a lot of like fabric things, liners, ribbons, fabric lace ribbons, and I just tried them out. There's a whole bunch of things that I tried, just testing out what would look good together, because I have like a big variety, but not necessarily that fit these book dimensions. So it was just me trying to see. I do like this right here, but I also liked the last two ribbons that I tried. So yeah. Then I decided that if I was going to do this, then I needed to put something on the cover. So I tried this, like I have this like flattened penny. So I tried to put the penny on, but it looked a little small. Then I have this like pet tag that I wanted to try out, but it looked too small as well. I think the compass would work really well, except for it was really bulky and I didn't want to bulk up the book any more than I had to. The brooch was nice, but it was the wrong color. And then I had these, I think they're called cufflinks. I don't know, I don't wear cufflinks, but it was really pretty. It had like diamonds on it. So I clipped those on and I loved this so much. I thought that the cufflinks were the best actually for this cover, but I essentially did not go with them because I thought that I just thought that the cufflinks deserved more. I don't know if you ever feel that way about notebooks or something, but I thought it deserved more than what I had made. I also had this lacy thing. I don't even know what it's called. It looked nice, but it was too wide, and essentially to make it stick, I would have had to stitch the lace onto the spine, and we were way past my ability to stitch into this. I would have broken my stitching machine if I tried. So then I pulled out the rest of my lace ribbons, my fabric ribbons, and decided that none of them really went. So we were down to 3 choices, I would say. This white ribbon, this like peachy ribbon, and the last one, which was my first one that I showed, but essentially I decided not to because it was too short. So yeah, in the end I did decide to go with this design because even though I didn't like how thick the ribbon was, it like perfectly matched. So it was my best bet. And then it was just a struggle to figure out what would go on top as this kind of like the item that pulled everything together. And I did show those cufflinks, and I thought that the cufflinks would be a really great idea, but I decided not to go with them because I was really worried. So instead I decided to use some labels, and I have many, and I tried out multiple different labels that I didn't show on screen because this video would have been too long, but this is the label that I ended up going with. And yeah, that's the label. I have to admit though, it wasn't my favorite, so me gluing this on, I did end up deciding to rip this off a little later on, aka like 5 minutes after I did it. And I did put something else on, so if you want to see what I did put on, stay tuned for the flip through. And without further ado, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye! Oops, that was loud. Bye!